guys so much for tuning into the Elle Scoop. We're here today with a very special guest. We have DeWayne Smithers with us today. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about dreams, people who step out there to accomplish a big goal. And so DeWayne has done that with us. We've also got Tim here, who's a co-host of the show. Go on, Tim.
Hi. Glad to be here.
Right. Okay, DeWayne, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Lexington, born and raised. Got into writing raps when I was 10 years old. Ended up getting saved when I was 24, and that's how I kind of got into poetry. I graduated from EKU with a bachelor's in broadcasting, and that's how I kind of got into the thing with the performing arts, writing movies.
Did you ever think you would go that direction? That you would be here, you know, every day doing poetry, rapping on big stages?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Not at all?
Actually, when I was 12 years old, I just had this vision of me with a microphone, in front of all of these people. And at the time, I thought I was gonna be this famous rapper, but I'm a poet.
Well, that's good though. I mean, rapping, you have to be good with words and put poetry together in order to rap. So, if you weren't rapping and you weren't doing poetry, what would you be doing?
Youth ministry.
Really? Okay, that's awesome. But you kind of do that with your poetry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you handle your newfound celebrityhood? Because you've really blown up here in the last, year or so. Just taking off, not just within, this area, but in other areas too. So how do you handle it?
God's grace.
Oh, really?
And what I let people know, it's like, man, I'm human just like you. If I can do it, you can do it. So there's no difference between me and you.
So you don't look in the mirror like, oh, got my swag on today?
Nah, if it's my choice, I'd be in sweats right now.
Gotcha. You said you write poetry. How long have you been writing poetry? I know you said you transitioned from rap into writing. How long has it been since you've been doing poetry?
Since about 2002.
Okay.
2002.
And it's taken off ever since then?
It started taking off probably about 2 years ago.
And it's just developed. Okay, tell me what artist has inspired you, because you have a really different style. I really like it a lot. Tell me
so much.
What has inspired you to, go in that direction, and then what inspires you, how you, bring it forth?
Maya Angelou.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She's the queen of poetry.
She is. She's awesome, isn't she?
And so the way that she took off just really allowed me to know that you can do poetry and still make a living at it.
Okay.
And so a lot of people actually told me that if I do poetry, I wouldn't make a living.
When did you hear your first Maya Angelou poem?
While the caged birds sing.
Ooh.
Back in college.
That's a powerful poem.
Yes.
I like that one myself, actually. I heard that you recently opened up for Morton Middle School.
Yes.
You did was it a performance there or an event where you met with?
It was like a talk. It was like both, and actually that was yesterday.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes.
Well, there you go then.
Right. It was about for almost like an hour. With the kiddies over at Morton Middle, 7th and 8th graders. So I got a chance to kind of talk to them about dreams and visions and about just giving life your all, and don't quit.
That is awesome. How often do you do that?
Constantly. Really?
Every day? So is this your dream job? Is this if you had to say, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing forever? Is this your dream job?
Yes.
Oh,
that and making movies.
Okay, movies. Look, we're finding out more and more about you every second, right? Really? What kind of movies would you go into?
Christian romance movies, Christian comedies, Christian dramas.
Watch out, Tyler Perry.
Yes.
You working on a script?
Actually, I've written 4 so far.
Oh, okay.
And I have 4 more that I'm working on.
Go you.
Wow, I know, right? Stepping out. When do you think you'll, publish them or put them out?
My movies? We plan on doing our first shoot in mid-May or June.
Of this year?
Yes,
of 2012?
So right, I'm trying to find some actors and actresses. So if you know any, just let me know.
Are you going to star in your own movie?
No.
What? Are you serious?
No.
Why not?
Behind the camera.
Oh, really? That works, though. That works. So you were saying that you met at Morton Middle School. Where do you see, this generation that you spoke with, where do you see their future heading in the next 10 years?
The one thing I learned about this generation is that they are visuals and they are artistic. And so I see them going in the way of arts, whether it's through drawing, poetry, rap, dancing, but that's the place that we are living in right now. And so it's my responsibility to help birth those dreams out of them and let them know it's you got to start somewhere.
Okay. All right. What word can you offer the youth? What do you hope that they grasp onto? If there's something when you go to meet with them, what's the one thing you hope that they take with them?
Don't give up.
Don't give up. That's hard. That's really hard because there are a lot of people that don't see your dream. They don't see it manifest. They don't see it as, you put it down on paper and it kind of looks like, it's not going too well.
Right.
And they discourage you and just a lot of things. So that's a good one, really, because it's hard to step out there.
And like what my friends really know about me, or other artists that see me, it's like I've been through like a lot of rejection, a lot. But it only takes that one person, man, to you find favor with. Like next thing you know, but I've been through like my share of like rejections, like from pastors and ministers and telling me no, we don't really want poetry like in our church. Just yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I just keep on going.
Mm-hmm. Is it the tradition?
Tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, tradition.
That'll kill us, won't it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you speak to all demographics?
Yes.
Okay.
All demographics, like Catholics. That's my main market right now.
Okay.
I do like a lot of work with Catholic middle schools and high schools in Kentucky and also Ohio.
Okay. Do you feel like you have to keep up with the latest style or the music or the latest trends in order to be able to reach everyone that you talk with?
I kind of got my own style.
Okay.
So I don't want to follow the trend. I want to make it.
All right, look at you. But that's how you make it, though. I guess being original and doing your own thing.
Pioneer.
So you don't wear skinny jeans?
No.
No skinny jeans?
No skinny jeans?
No skinny jeans. Okay. None. What about you? You weren't?
No.
Yeah,
I'm too
right.
old.
Yeah, right.
When you get my age, you can't do something.
I can see you in the pulpit with skinny jeans.
Way to go, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Okay, what's your favorite song or poem that you've written?
My favorite one has to be the poem that I've written about children who are raised without their fathers.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh, and how long ago did you write it?
I wrote it back in June for like Father's Day.
Oh, okay, so it's a new poem.
And that poem is really taking off.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Will we be hearing that today?
You can hear like a portion of it.
Just a portion? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can handle that. We like that, right? All right, what do you think is next for you? I know you said movies. But do you foresee anything else coming up in the near future that you'd like to get out there or that you're pushing towards opening next?
Well, I want to go hang gliding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Dangerous man.
Danger. Maybe that's what we should call you. Danger Smithers. All right. I think we reached that portion where we are ready to hear from you and to hear just a little bit about what you do. And for you to give us just a smidget of
just a smidget.
Just a smidget.
Just a smidget
Of your work.
Also, I do have a website.
Okay. Yes, please tell us about that so we can all check it out.
dspoet.com.
DS Poet. Okay.
And it's where I have like all my CDs and stuff.
Okay.
And also I'm on iTunes too.
All right. You all check that out. And where can they find you? Is it under DS Poet and under iTunes?
dspoet.com.
All right. You all check that out, please. All right. It's your
All
spot.
right. So, fatherless children. 1 and 3 children, and 2 and 3 in the inner cities are raised without their fathers. Trust me, I should know, for I was one who had his childhood plagued with being a fatherless son. What else could I do but turn to the guns, turn to the streets, turn to selling drugs, feeling the pain that over 24 million kids in America feel each and every day, the absence of their father's love. He only came to see me one time, and that was a week after my birth. 4 years later, my mom's caught wind that my father had breathed his last and left the earth. But the question remains, what was it about me? What was it about me that he was so ashamed of? Because of his decision to abandon me, I never had the chance to feel the embrace of my father's hug. Never heard him whisper me good nights. Never had the chance to look deep into his eyes and see my reflection in his sights. The simple truth is that fathers are merely irreplaceable in shaping structure and character, and the absence of a father is the most socially consequential family trend of our era. It is written deep into the heart of our generation, painted in art, heard in our songs. The constant number of single mothers juggling both sides of the trade, raising their kids alone. And the responsibility of what it really means to be a father has somewhat been dethroned. The consequence, young, innocent souls are collateral damage because of fathers, sperm donors, who refuse to step up to the plates. So for a man to bring a child into this world and doesn't fulfill the role of the father will leave that child with a scar of disgrace. Trace the pain on the face of a fatherless child and tell them hell is not a real place. Convince them it doesn't exist, and they will beg to differ. Ask them how many days and nights they spend shedding tears as they view their reflection in the mirror. Saying if my father was truly a part of my life, my identity will be a whole lot clearer, and I will have more direction instead of constant battles with depression, because fatherless children spend the majority of their lifetime chasing acceptance. Like fatherless daughters who look for affection with men through sex and collecting emotional wounds, causing them to wear masks and costumes. So by the time they meet Mr. Right, their heart is so broken and no longer bloom like beautiful flowers in sunlight.
Woo. That was deep.
Man,
And was great. That was awesome.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Let's give him a hand. I mean,
No, we snap.
oh, we snap. I'm sorry. Excuse me. That was good. That was good. I'm blown away by that. That was awesome. Do you have a lot of people who contact you about that poem?
Yes,
Say
I
it's
do.
changed their life?
Mm-hmm.
I would say so. I would say so. Well, DeWayne, it has been
Lyndsey, same here. Nice meeting you,
wonderful
too.
having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
We will definitely be keeping up with you. Once again, it's dspoet.com.
dspoet.com,
All right, and then we can check you out on iTunes.
iTunes, and also I'm having a poetry event this Saturday in Lexington, Kentucky at First Baptist Bragtown,
Okay.
featuring poets from Atlanta and Chicago, and also from Lexington. It's going to be about 12 of us.
Oh, wow. Is this the Amplified event?
Amplified.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then you're going to be also performing again at Good Shepherd?
Yes,
Okay.
this Sunday.
Is that this Sunday? Okay.
Yes.
So that's
6
March 25th? 26th?
25th.
25th? Okay. At what time?
6.
All right. You guys get there. March 26th at 6 o'clock. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having you on the show, and we've really enjoyed you.
Thank you so much.
Here with Righteous Radio, Pew Perspective from the pew to the pulpit.
And I am the co-host of From the Pew to the Pulpit. My name is Natasha Sanders, and we are happy to be here today. Well, the next thing is going to be coming up for the Pew Perspective. Of course, we're going to be having access for people to call in. We're going to be streaming live via video, not just internet. So people are going to have the ability to call in and to view us from afar. So I'm excited about that. And listen, we are not radio hosts. We are not DJs. We've never done this before. And listen, we are not radio hosts. We are not DJs. We've never done this before. And listen, we are not radio hosts. We are not DJs. We've never done this before. So you're getting the opportunity to witness this from the ground up.
And witness us grow within this.
We're vibing off each other. 9 times out of 10 is probably out of clear blue sky what we come up with, but
God is good.
nonetheless.
And He has favored us, and where we are, we are willing vessels. Basically, what's next is really what God has planned for us, and we're just really planning a lot of different events and showcases that will not only bring the people of God together beyond the denominational, barriers or the four walls of the church, but so that the kingdom of God, people locally can come together and that be drawn to Christ.
And we're back. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Elle Scoop. We are here with a very, I'd say, a very, very strong young man who's actually started an awesome project in Frankfort. He's a local entrepreneur, and also a local celebrity to me. He is the creator of Righteous Radio, R&R Radio.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, we are a local radio station. We have a internet and online platform, and we started locally here in Frankfort, and God has blessed us, and one thing has led to another, and now we have listenership in different areas across the nation, and even as far as South Africa, internationally, different spots. So we are just excited about the things that we have coming up and the support that we've gotten from you. Thank you for even having us on today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
It's a tremendous blessing. We're just really excited.
How long have you been doing this project?
You know, honestly, this has been in the works for a couple of years, but we officially launched in this past, November of 2011.
All right, and what inspires you to actually create it?
Whew, that I have to condense that. There's like a long story behind that, but I'm going to give you the short version. I was actually in a very bad car accident, and I was unable to. At the time, I had a job in marketing, and I was unable to fulfill my responsibilities. And so I was, recuperating, and I was at the time living back in Baltimore, and I just started doing internet talk shows. And then one thing led to another, and I thought, well, we should do something where we could kind of take it to the next level, and time passed, and here we are.
Wow.
So that's literally how it started.
So did it start out as a hobby?
It really did. It started out as a hobby because I just couldn't do anything else at that time. And so while I was recuperating, and so, if you really can't walk around a whole lot and you're in and out of the hospital, if you have a computer, you can find ways to spend time. And then I discovered that I kind of liked it, and I just kept progressing with it, and other people joined in, and one thing led to another. That's really what happened.
Well, I think R&R is special.
Right.
One, because it's a mixture between talk radio and music radio.
Yes.
You have a lot of shows, and you offer a lot of different variety to people. Can you let us know a lot of the shows that you have, a number of shows?
Sure. Initially, we started out with Talking to the World, which was, maybe it's about 2 years old now. And that led to a variety of shows. Like I stated, when I was recuperating, one thing I noticed is we had a lot of gospel stations, but the programming wasn't as real as we wanted it to be. It didn't address issues that we felt the believer really deals with. So we tried to come up with shows that would be entertaining, captivating, but address issues from a faith perspective. So in that vein, R&R now has Coffee with the Girls. We have the Pew Perspective.
It's one of my favorite shows.
Yes, with G.A. and Tasha. And we have Talking to the World, still there. We have a new show that's coming out. It's going to be hot. I know you will like it. It's going to be called Mama Says.
Oh.
And it's going to be taking the wisdom of the older generation. Sometimes as young people, we fail to realize the wealth of information that the older generation has to give to us, those words of wisdom. So we call it Mama Says. And people will be like the strawberry letter. People will be able to write in. They can stay anonymous, or they can call in and they can ask questions about things that they're concerned about. And then we have another show that we're working on called The Corner View. And I need to solicit some help, because I'm going to need some help trying to recruit and get you to come on and just help us out.
That sounds awesome.
Those are a few shows that we have.
Oh my gosh. Now you were talking about issues that you all, I guess, cover on the show.
Yes.
You all have a lot of pretty hot topics.
Right.
That you all usually cover, where you deal with a number of issues that you say Christians face, or people really in everyday life that they face. Have you gotten any, I guess, negative feedback from it, or have you heard, any comments, or good comments from it, or bad, or whatever? I
have heard a variety. I've heard a lot of great comments. I think that, and really it also, what I'm beginning to notice now is it depends on the region too.
Okay.
Now there's some topics that I think that in the South, because people deal with these topics, but still the South is kind of a little bit more conservative than the North, you might find, and depending on the age range, you might find people who are like, well, oh, that was just really like a little too real or too raw. And then you find others that are like, we really appreciate it. Nobody really even talks about this in church or in Sunday school or Bible study, and we really need to address these issues. And of course, in other areas, you kind of have a little bit of the same response. But we've gotten a lot of positive feedback, a little bit of negative, and it wasn't so much negative. It just was, wow, that was really out there.
I love it. It's like addressing the big elephant in the room that most people try
Right,
to look past,
right.
like, oh, what's there?
Now, you're a
Right, this was-
pastor as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am.
All right,
Yes,
a local
sir.
pastor here in Frankfort?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what church do
Yes.
you attend?
Light of the World Deliverance Temple.
Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. If you weren't doing radio, what would you be doing with your life?
I would be doing what I'm doing right now, pastoring.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
aspired to go to law school at one time, and so if I wasn't doing those two things, I'd probably be down the street somewhere by the courthouse.
All right.
Hopefully, that's what I would have done.
All right. If you had any advice to give to young or old, what advice would you give? What would you offer people?
The advice that I would give is whatever God has given you, no matter how far-fetched some people might feel that vision or dream is, pursue that, and don't let anyone stop you. Don't worry about people that try to sidetrack you or distract you or undermine you or stab you in the back, because life is filled with that. And I think that success comes not from being quote-unquote successful the first time, but from perseverance.
Okay.
So that would be my advice.
Were you afraid when you first started Righteous Radio to kind of step out there?
Definitely. I mean, I had friends and family, people that I was like psycho. They thought I had lost it. They were like, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? And so I definitely I was afraid, but I figure you only live once. And that's been my motto, and I'm thankful that I did it. If I had not have done it, I would never have even had the opportunity to be on the show. I wouldn't have met such great people. I wouldn't have met you and Pastor here. So I'm thankful to God.
Yes,
for stepping
out of
out.
the ordinary
See?
into the extraordinary.
That's good. I'm gonna have to take that. I'm gonna
like
snag
you too. I'm
that.
Preach
Coin
that
it. You
Sunday.
make sure you put Lyndsey McGaha after. No, I'm just
I
joking.
will. I will.
What's your favorite part of your job?
Whew, my favorite part of my job has got to be meeting people, and it's a tie. It's a tie between meeting people. As you know, we have the Pew Perspective, and we do showcases,
Okay.
which if I could put a small